There comes a time in every person's life when they must choose. Will they rise or will they shrink? Will they fight for what they want or will they surrender to weakness? The sad truth is most people have already lost before they even begin. They are soft, mentally, emotionally, physically. They want success without sacrifice. They want wealth without work. They want respect without resilience. But let me tell you something, life does not reward the weak. It crushes them. It leaves them behind while the strong push forward. And if you don't learn to toughen up, if you don't learn to fight for what you want, you will be left behind too. Right now, you are at a crossroads. You can continue making excuses, blaming the world, waiting for the perfect moment that will never come. Or you can decide that today is the day you stop being soft. Today is the day you take control of your mind, your actions, and your future. Because until you develop an iron will, life will keep handing you the scraps of those who do. Weakness is a disease, silent, creeping, and destructive. It infects the mind, seeps into the body, and poisons the spirit. It is not something that strikes suddenly. It grows over time, feeding on your excuses, your fears, your comfort. It whispers in your ear, telling you that it's okay to take it easy, that you deserve to rest, that pushing yourself can wait until tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. And before you know it, you've lost the fire. You've lost the hunger. You've lost the very thing that separates the strong from the weak. Look around you. How many people are sleepwalking through life? How many have settled for mediocrity, drowning in a pool of laziness, blaming the world for their failures instead of taking responsibility? The disease of weakness has consumed them. They complain about their circumstances, but they refuse to change them. They say they want success, but they don't have the courage to chase it. They talk big, but their actions are small. They surrender before the battle even begins. And what happens when weakness takes hold? It robs you. It steals your ambition. It suffocates your dreams. It replaces your drive with doubt, your discipline with distractions, your power with passivity. You start making excuses. I'll do it later. It's too hard. I'm not ready. And just like that, you've lost. Weakness is the reason people stay stuck. It's the reason they never build the life they want. It's the reason their dreams stay trapped in their minds instead of becoming reality. But let's get one thing straight. Nobody is born weak. Weakness is learned. It's a choice, a habit, a mindset. And like any disease, it spreads. You see it everywhere. People quitting when things get tough, running away from challenges, choosing comfort over greatness. Society rewards softness. It tells you to take it easy, to play it safe, to avoid discomfort. And if you listen, if you buy into that lie, you will never rise above average. Never. Because weakness is a slow killer. It doesn't destroy you overnight. No, it works in the shadows, little by little, one compromise at a time. It's skipping one workout. It's hitting snooze one more time. It's choosing junk food over nutrition, scrolling through distractions instead of building your future. It's saying, just this once, until it becomes your lifestyle. And let me tell you something, weakness does not care about your dreams. It does not care about your potential. It does not care about the person you were meant to become. It only cares about keeping you small, keeping you comfortable, keeping you weak. And if you don't fight back, if you don't reject it with every fiber of your being, it will consume you. So look in the mirror. Ask yourself, where has weakness been controlling my life? Where have I been making excuses instead of making progress? Where have I been letting comfort win over discipline? Because if you don't address it, if you don't rip it out at the root, it will define you. Everything begins in the mind. Before success manifests in your life, it must first be forged in your thoughts. Before victories appear in the real world, they must be won inside your head. The mind is the command center, the driving force, the engine that determines whether you will rise or fall, succeed or fail, dominate or be dominated. And yet, most people never take control of it. They let their thoughts drift aimlessly, allowing fear, doubt, and weakness to pollute their minds like poison. A weak mind surrenders at the first sign of resistance. It buckles under pressure, cowers in the face of difficulty, and looks for the easiest way out. It is a mind infected with negativity, self-pity, and hesitation. It questions itself constantly. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if people judge me? And that hesitation, that self-doubt, becomes a cage that traps them in mediocrity. Because make no mistake, a weak mind will always produce a weak life. But a strong mind is unstoppable. A strong mind doesn't ask, what if I fail? It says, what if I succeed? A strong mind doesn't say, I can't. It demands, how can I? A strong mind doesn't crumble under pressure. It grows stronger, more focused, more relentless. It thrives on difficulty. Look at the greatest warriors, the most successful entrepreneurs, the top athletes. What do they all have in common? They are mentally unshakable. When others quit, they push harder. When others complain, they adapt. When others break, they break through. They have trained their minds to endure discomfort, to embrace the grind, to thrive in chaos, because they understand one simple truth. The body will always follow the mind. Your mind is your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. It will either propel you forward or hold you back. It will either empower you or enslave you. And the difference, how you train it. Weak people let their emotions dictate their actions. If they don't feel like doing something, they don't do it. But champions operate differently. They don't listen to their feelings. They listen to their commitments. They train their minds to push forward no matter what. Whether they're tired, whether they're unmotivated, whether the world is against them, it doesn't matter. They do what needs to be done, period. The strong mind is built through discipline. Every time you push past your limits, every time you do the hard things, even when you don't feel like it, every time you refuse to quit, you are sharpening your mind into an unbreakable force. You are programming yourself to dominate rather than submit, to fight rather than fold, to win rather than wish. And make no mistake, this is war. The world is constantly testing you, throwing obstacles in your path, trying to break you. Most people give in. They make excuses. They look for an easy way out. But the ones who refuse, the ones who stand their ground, who fight through the pain, who train their minds to be stronger than their circumstances, those are the ones who rise. Adversity is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher, your most brutal trainer, your ultimate test. It does not come to destroy you. It comes to shape you. It comes to separate the weak from the strong, the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the warriors. But here's the truth. Most people run from it. Most people fear struggle, avoid pain, and reject hardship. And because of that, they never grow, they never evolve, they never reach their full potential. Look at the people you admire. Those who have built empires, shattered records, dominated their industries. Do you think their success was handed to them? Do you think they had an easy road, free of obstacles and hardship? No. They were forged in fire. They were tested, broken, beaten down, and pushed beyond their limits. And instead of complaining, instead of quitting, they embraced the struggle. They learned from it. They allowed adversity to refine them into something stronger, sharper, and more powerful. Because adversity is not there to break you. It is there to reveal you. Who are you when things get hard? Who are you when nothing goes your way? Who are you when the world turns against you? That is the moment where your true self is exposed. That is the moment where champions are born and cowards are exposed. The weak look at adversity as a curse. They say, why is this happening to me? They look for a way out. They make excuses, point fingers, and surrender. But the strong see adversity as an opportunity. They say, good, this is my chance to rise. They know that every sec is a setup for something greater. Every failure is a lesson. Every rejection is redirection. Adversity is the greatest training ground for success. It forces you to adapt, to think differently, to sharpen your skills. It teaches you resilience, patience, and discipline, qualities you cannot buy, cannot fake, cannot inherit. They must be earned. And the only way to earn them is through struggle. Think about it. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. Warriors are made in battle. Strength is not given. It is built through suffering, through hardship, through relentless effort. And yet, so many people waste their adversity. They complain about the pain instead of learning from it. They run from discomfort instead of embracing it. And because of that, they stay weak. The truth is, you will never grow inside your comfort zone. Growth comes from struggle. It comes from being pushed past your limits, from being knocked down and getting back up. The greatest lessons in life are not learned in success. They are learned in failure, in rejection, in loss. Those who understand this do not fear adversity. They chase it. They seek out challenges. They push themselves beyond what they thought possible. They step into the fire willingly because they know adversity is the price of greatness. One of the biggest lies ever told, the myth that success happens overnight, that greatness is something you stumble upon, that wealth, power, and achievement come in an instant, as if the universe just hands it to you. This is the illusion that weak-minded people cling to. They see the final product, the end result, the glory, the fame, the wealth, but they don't see the years of discipline, the relentless effort, the sleepless nights, the pain, the sacrifice. Look around you. Everyone wants success, but how many are actually willing to pay the price? How many are willing to put in the work when nobody is watching, to push forward when they're tired, to keep going when there's no applause, no validation, no immediate reward? Very few, because most people want the result without the process. They want the reward without the grind. And when they don't get it instantly, they quit. That's why they stay stuck. Let me tell you the truth. Real success is slow, painful, and unforgiving. It does not care about your excuses. It does not care about your feelings. It does not show mercy to those who hesitate. You either put in the work, day after day, year after year, or you don't. It's that simple. You see someone driving a luxury car, living in a mansion, running a successful business, dominating their craft, and you think they got lucky. No, they didn't. You didn't see the years of struggle, the countless failures, the rejection, the sacrifices they had to make. You didn't see them waking up at 4 a.m. while everyone else was asleep. You didn't see them putting in the extra hours when others were partying, wasting time, making excuses. You didn't see the blood, sweat, and suffering that built their success. Because the truth is, overnight success is an illusion. Every great athlete, every world-class entrepreneur, every champion, every leader has one thing in common. They put in the work for years before anyone noticed. They mastered their craft in the shadows before they ever stepped into the spotlight. They endured failures, criticism, doubt, and pain before they ever tasted success. And that's exactly why most people never make it, because they can't handle the process. They want quick results, and when they don't see them immediately, they give up. They bounce from one thing to another, looking for the secret formula, the shortcut, the hack to success. But there is no shortcut. There is only discipline. There is only repetition. There is only grinding day in and day out until your results can no longer be ignored. You cannot cheat the process. You cannot skip the hard parts. You must be willing to fail, to struggle, to keep going when nothing seems to be working. You must be willing to embrace the years of being underestimated, overlooked, and doubted, because that is where true success is built. That is where champions are made. The question is, are you willing to endure the process, or will you be like the rest who quit the moment things get hard? Softness has a price, a heavy one, and most people are paying it right now without even realizing it. They are living lives far beneath their potential, drowning in mediocrity, trapped by their own weakness. Not because the world is against them, not because they lack opportunity, not because they aren't capable, but because they are soft. Soft people make excuses instead of making progress. They choose comfort over challenge. They choose laziness over discipline. They choose distractions over dedication. And because of that, they stay exactly where they are, stuck, stagnant, watching others pass them by, wondering why success never comes knocking on their door. But here's the brutal truth. Success doesn't come to the weak. It doesn't wait for the unprepared. It doesn't reward the lazy. Weakness is a slow killer. It doesn't destroy you all at once. It takes you down piece by piece. It's every missed opportunity, every excuse you make, every chance you let slip away because you weren't willing to step up. It's hitting the snooze button instead of waking up early. It's skipping the workout because you don't feel like it. It's quitting at the first sign of difficulty. It's letting fear control your actions instead of taking control of your destiny. And the more you allow it, the deeper it roots itself into your life. And what's the result? A life of regret. A life where you look back and realize you wasted time, that you could have done more, that you could have become more. But you didn't. Because you were too soft. Because you let the world dictate your limits instead of pushing past them. Because every time you had a choice between growth and comfort, you chose comfort. Weak people don't just lose, they suffer. They struggle financially because they weren't willing to grind when it mattered. They are out of shape because they weren't willing to push through discomfort. They are filled with regret because they weren't willing to take risks, to fight, to do what was necessary. Softness doesn't just hold you, destroys you. And the worst part, it's a choice. You are not born soft. You become soft. And every time you choose the easy road, every time you give in to weakness, you reinforce it. And one day, you wake up and realize that softness has stolen everything from you. Your dreams, your confidence, your potential, your very future. But make no mistake, life does not care about your excuses. It will move forward with or without you. The strong will rise, the disciplined will dominate, and the weak will be left behind wondering what went wrong. An unbreakable spirit. This is what separates the winners from the quitters, the champions from the mediocre, the unstoppable from the forgotten. It is not talent, it is not luck, it is not circumstance, it is a mindset, a decision, a relentless commitment to never back down, never surrender, never be defeated. You see, most people crumble under pressure. At the first sign of failure, they retreat. When things get hard, they break. When the world pushes against them, they fold. And that's why they never achieve greatness, because they have never built the internal strength required to endure the storm. They have never forged the type of spirit that refuses to be defeated. But here's the truth. Life will test you. It will throw pain in your path. It will beat you down, break you, rip everything away from you just to see what you're made of. And if you are soft, if you are weak, if you don't have the spirit of a warrior, you will not survive. The people who win in this world are the ones who refuse to quit. The ones who, no matter how many times they fail, no matter how many obstacles they face, no matter how much pain they endure, they keep going. They take the hits. They take the losses. They take the heartbreak, the rejection, the failures. And instead of letting it destroy them, they use it as fuel. Because an unbreakable spirit is not built in comfort. It is not created in an easy life. It is forged in fire. It is built through struggle, through suffering, through relentless effort. It is developed by pushing yourself beyond your limits over and over again until there is nothing left that can break you. Look at the greatest warriors, the most dominant athletes, the most powerful leaders. Do you think they were born strong? No, they built themselves through pain. They were doubted. They were knocked down. They were rejected, abandoned, counted out. But instead of giving up, they turned that pain into power. Instead of breaking, they became unbreakable. And that is the choice you have to make. Will you be the kind of person who folds under pressure, who lets fear control them, who backs down when things get tough? Or will you be the kind of person who rises no matter what? The kind of person who, when life tries to crush them, gets back up stronger. The kind of person who turns every setback into a comeback, every failure into fuel, every pain into power. Because that's what it takes. A refusal to break, a refusal to quit, a refusal to accept anything less than your full potential. And the moment you adopt that mindset, the moment you decide that nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop you, you become unstoppable.